Let's talk about the best way to build your skills, confidence, and abilities. So, if you're new on here, welcome. If you've been following me for a while, it's good to see you. My name is Brooke Oaks from brookeoaks.com, where you can find tips, tools, and resources to help you build your business on social media without paying for ads. And let me know where you're tuning in from because I'm streaming on multiple platforms, and I always love to see where everyone's coming from, what you're all up to. So be sure to let me know. And I think I've got the comments figured out on this thing. So that's pretty cool. So the best way to build your skills, confidence, and abilities. What is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you want to be successful in? You have to get clear on what it is that you're doing. And if you're someone who feels stuck, if you're someone who feels unmotivated, if you're someone who feels like you've been going and going and going and you're not sure where to go next, what to do next, there's one little thing that's really helped me build in these areas, and that's personal development. What are you putting into your head? What is it that you're reading? What is it that you're listening to? Who are you even connecting with and having conversations with? Who do you surround yourself with? These are all important parts of building your mind in order to be successful, right? If you're surrounding yourself with people who are bringing you down, people who are negative, people who are behind and not ahead of you, you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people, right? You want to surround yourself with the people who are doing what you want to do, the people who are going to link arms with you, the people who have been where you've been and who are making it, blazing their own path, right? We don't want to put ourselves around those who are going to put us down, because who wants that? Who wants to hear that, just because someone else failed at something doesn't mean that you will too, right? Just because someone else gave up on themselves does not mean you're going to. And that's one of the things that you have to keep in your head. A lot of times when people are not successful at something, it's because they gave up. They gave up too soon. They gave up because they didn't believe in themselves. They gave up because they knew they weren't doing the things they needed to do, right? They gave up because they've made something else a priority instead of that dream they had. And we all have choices about what we make a priority in life, right? Every single human being has 24 hours in a day, and how you use it decides what you get out of it. I had an appointment and I was talking to one of the ladies and I was explaining to her everything that I do in a day. And so I go nonstop from like 4:30 until sometimes 8, 9 o'clock at night, nonstop, between the animals, between my online stuff, my blogs, my videos, connecting with people, all of the different things that I do. And she looked at me and she's like, how do you do all that? And I was like, well, I just got to manage my time well. What are you doing to manage your time well? And that's one of the skills that you need. If you're someone who's struggling with your confidence and struggling with, am I actually going to make it? Having a plan in place that's actually doable. If you want to lose 100 pounds, it's not going to happen overnight. So creating a plan that says, oh, I'm going to do this for a week and it's done. I'm going to do this for a month and it's done. That's not possible. If you want to make $50,000 in your home business, it's not going to happen overnight. What's the plan that you're putting in place? What are the things that you're actually doing? So that's why building your skills and building your confidence over time is so important. But to do that, you have to have the consistency. You have to be doing the things that you need to do. And again, that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who are doing the thing that you want to do, the people who are doing the things that you want to see happen, right? If you're surrounding yourself with those negative people who kind of brush it off and your dreams don't matter to them, that's their choice. That's not your choice. You can find better people, right? We can all find better people. We don't have to, it blows my mind the people who complain about social media because I have a lot of really great people on my social media. My feed is always very bright. My feed is always motivational, but that's because I choose to surround myself with people who think like that, right? You're choosing to think the way you want. You're choosing what's a priority. You're choosing, where you're at. We can make better choices. And so if you've got that long-term goal that you really want to hit, what are better choices that you can make? Can you surround yourself with better people? I will tell you, I was in 3 different companies before I found the company that worked for me. And what the biggest difference was the community. It was the people I was surrounding myself with. It's seeing, even if I'm not super active in the chat, every day that chat's blowing up of everyone supporting everyone helping everyone. And that's how it should be. You shouldn't be doing something that drags you down every day. How many people say that they're doing something because it's something to do and they can't do the things that they dream of, right? You should be surrounding yourself with the people who are going to help you get where you want to go. And in doing that, you can learn what their plans are. What are they doing to create the success they want? What are they doing? What steps are they taking? What are they doing on their social media? What are they doing in the day for their health? What is it that they're doing? If it's working for them, it's highly possible it's going to work for you if you do it. But that's the key thing. It's the if you do it. It all boils down to what's a priority in your life and where's your mindset around it, right? If you feel like you failed at something for too long, you're not going to try. And again, personal development, so important. What are you listening to? What are you reading? What is it that you're looking at? If your social media feed is all political and doom and gloom, that's probably going to be one of the things bringing you down. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit of a nerd. My TikTok is animal information and people running barrel horses. Like, that's what I see on TikTok. You can choose what you want to see on social media. My Instagram feed, same way. I choose what I see. Here's a fun fact. If you're someone that does not like what you see on your social media feed, don't look at it. Search for different things. Look at those things. The more you look at those things that you want to see, that's what it's going to feed to you. Every time you stare at something on social media, it's going to feed more of it. I actually tested it out once, and then I had to clear my whole cache and everything on my phone and computer to get rid of it. But it's true. It was tested and it was true. So what skills? Connecting with people. What are you feeding yourself? What's your personal development? What's the plan that you're creating? And I will tell you, sometimes, even though you feel like you're being super consistent, sometimes you're not going to see what you want right away, right? Sometimes you're not going to see it as quickly as you would like. We are stuck in this society where it's, can we go to the window, get what we want, and then leave? Like, that's not how things are always going to work for you. And I will tell you, I have been building social media since 2017, right? And different rocky, bumpy road, learning how I go. And YouTube's always been a struggle. Pinterest has been up and down. And I will tell you, thanks to some of the tips and training that we have, my YouTube this past few days has had over 81,000 views, brought in over 100 new subscribers. My Pinterest is up another couple thousand views a month. And then I think my Instagram's up 200 something percent. You may not see it right away, right? It's what you're doing. You're learning as you go. And if you get frustrated, let me rephrase that. If you choose to get frustrated, if you choose to see things as obstacles, if you choose to see things as roadblocks, that is your choice. But what I have learned over time is choosing to see it in a different way. And that is, what can I do differently? How can I do this differently? How can I show up differently? For a while, I think I mentioned this before, but for a while, Facebook business pages were like a big thing. And I was getting thousands of views on my business page because Facebook was pushing it so much. And now to do that, you have to be doing ads. Like they want you to run it like a business. And I will tell you, I'm not an ads person. Maybe someday, just not right now. I prefer organic. I want to be searchable, right? I want to show up in Google. I want to show up on YouTube. I want to show up on Pinterest when people are searching for things. I actually tested it out one day and I was kind of searching around and I can find so many different things, which I thought was pretty cool. But what is it that you're doing to stay consistent? How are you showing up? Because it's the people that show up, right, that are going to have the results that they want. It's the people that show up and take action. Because if you're not, here's the thing, if you've got a ladder and you're standing at the bottom, you're not going anywhere. Like you're just stuck. You're stuck. You're not going to go anywhere. So you got to start taking those steps and focus on what it is that you want to see. What is it that you want to do? And I was talking about this. I went live. I did a thing on TikTok yesterday on some like mindset things that I've learned over time. And, break it down into little pieces, because those big scary pieces are like the hard part. How many people set like a New Year's resolution and then by March it's done? Like most people are done with their New Year's resolution by March. It's just how it is. And we're in April now, right? So that's so many people who've given up on goals that they had and things that they wanted because they weren't willing to either make it a priority or put in the work, right? And it's all about what you're choosing, what you're deciding. And you can choose differently, right? If you feel like you're hitting these obstacles and roadblocks, think of little things that you can fit in. I actually used, Google Keep. This was one of the ways I helped myself get into habits. I did if you go onto my YouTube and search Google Keep, I kind of show you how to do it. But I used Google Keep for a very, very long time. And basically what you can do is you pick the tiny actions that you want, things that took like maybe 5 or 10 minutes max. And I would spread them out throughout the day. And Google Keep will actually send you almost like an alarm. It's like a little notification and it says, hey, it's such and such time. Be sure to do this. So you could put in, be sure to follow 5 new people. Be sure to send 5 new messages. Be sure to drink 2 more bottles of water. You can put whatever you want in there to help you. And because it's like a scheduled reminder that you control what it says, right? For me, it worked really well to help build those small habits, because it's those small habits that you need to build up to get the big things that you want, those small habits that are going to get you where you're going. And there's a few different books. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. I know if I go in, I use a library app called Libby. If you're someone who either doesn't have money for books or just doesn't have a library near you, Libby app's really cool. You can get free books on there. Basically, it's a library. And they have a lot of like personal development, and they have different ones that can help you with picking those small actions. And I'm trying to, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the book, but it was really good. Anyway, if I remember it, I'll have to write it in the comments or something. But so build those little tiny things up over time, and that will help you get going on the bigger things that you want to see happen, right? So if you can do it for 5 minutes, then you can push it to 10 minutes, then you can push it to 15 minutes, and then 20 minutes, and then half an hour. I remember when I first started going live, I went live for maybe like 2-3 minutes and just hopped on there 2-3 minutes. On TikTok now I can go live for 45 minutes, an hour. I usually get distracted on TikTok though, because I've got these funny people who put jokes and stuff in there. But build it up over time. Facebook, I don't usually go, I think, longer than like 20 minutes on here. But What is it that you can fit in? So if you drive a lot and you're not getting that personal development in, you don't have time to read a book. What about an audiobook? What about a podcast? Listen to something that's going to feed your mind. You don't always have to listen to music, Music is nice, it's calming, it's relaxing, but you could be doing some sort of personal development to help you lift yourself up, right? You can help get yourself out of whatever rut you're stuck in. And if you are stuck, reach out to people. I get people all the time looking for different tips or tools, different videos, and I send them out to them because I know that they'll help, right? I know that these are things that are helpful. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone and say, hey, I know I see you do this. How do you do it? Like, it can be as simple as that. I wanted to learn how to blog. So I reached out to someone who was a blogger, right? I wanted to learn Pinterest. And so I found someone who was really into Pinterest. Like that personal development piece, surrounding yourself, it kind of intertwines with surrounding yourself with the people who are doing the thing you want, right? It can help you get into the good habits that you need to happen. It can help you get into the momentum, right? Build it up over time. It's, there's so many stories of people who for years, 5, 10, 15 years, they don't see the success that they're looking for. They don't see them hitting their goals. But then all of a sudden it just happens one day because they work so hard. And every time they failed, they got back up. Every time they failed, they got back up. So think about it. If you feel like you're falling, if you feel like you're stuck, maybe it's time to reach out to someone and say, hey, I see you doing this. How do you do it? Can I get some help? There is no shame in asking for help. I will tell you, I've met some amazing people just because I've reached out and said, hey, how are you doing that? Like, can I find out? Super simple thing. You don't always have to feel like you're the one on top. It is okay sometimes to reach out and see what other people are doing. So I hope this is helpful. If you're looking for other tips, tools, and resources, feel free to check out brookeoaks.com or even reach out to me. I'm here for you. I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you later.